Hello, and welcome back to Reading Across Time Zones Bookhaul Edition. We're so excited to go over some books that we were able to purchase lately, and I will begin. So, I managed to go to the bookstores while I was in my trip. I went twice, intentionally once, unintentionally twice. And I managed to get my hands on a couple of nonfictions that I'm really excited to talk to you guys about today. So, the first book I got is Bad Mexicans by Kelly Lytle Hernandez. Kelly chronicles how Mexican rebels led by Ricardo Flores Wagon, oh, sorry, that's not his last name. Autocorrect, sorry guys. Ricardo Flores Magon, that's what I thought, organized from U.S. territory to spark the 1910 Mexican Revolution, reshaping Mexican-American history. I have told Savannah that I've been dying to read this book because I feel like I need to get in touch with my Mexican culture just a little bit better. And honestly, the US education did us poorly in general. So I can't even tell you what this Mexican Revolution entails of. I guess I can tell you after I read it. So this is one of the nonfictions that I hope to read this year, but it's not top priority on my list. The book that is on my list to read this year as nonfiction is Last Scene. This is by Judith Geisberg, and it's about how drawing from 5,000 letters and advertisements, the historical account reveals how formerly enslaved people searched for family members separated during slavery, spanning from 1865 to the 1920s. I saw this book recommended on TikTok, and it reminded me of just having conversations with my husband about, slavery, and essentially that's, his background and culture, and not being able to trace back his family but so far, right? I think he's tried like the ancestry.com websites, and some of those are just lost. So when I saw the video about this book, I was like, I want to read that, and I'm gonna try to read it for February for Black History Month, because it is really sad to know that we have so many histories and cultures that are just lost. So, I'm excited to read it. The next book that I got is interesting. It's called The Vagina Business, and that is by Marina Gerner. This book explores innovative healthcare solutions for women's health issues, featuring breakthrough technologies and products developed by female-focused companies, while highlighting gender disparities in medical research and funding. Like, for example, a lot of gynecological, processes, they have come from the way that they treated Black women in, the medical field, essentially using them as their research for how to do the processes. So I'm also I'm obviously interested in all the books that I bought, but it's different. Women's health is very important in today's day and age. The other book that I got is called Black Owned. This is by Char Adams. It's called The Revolutionary Life of the Black Bookstore. I actually saw this when I was in the store. It's about a compelling history of Black-owned bookstores as centers of political activism, from abolition through civil rights to Black Lives Matter, featuring stories of resistance, community organizing, and cultural celebration. Obviously, lots to touch here, so if I can read it next month, I will, but there's no telling what I'll be reading. So those were the nonfiction books that I got this round. I feel like the second time I went to Barnes & Noble, I bought a lot more nonfictions. It was mostly because I was in the nonfiction area looking for Bad Mexicans, and I just came across all these other books, and I was like, oh, these sound good. They're coming home with me. All right. But I did get some fiction books, and I ended up getting 640 to Montreal, which is a mystery, suspense, thriller, whatever you want to call it. It's by Eva Jurczyk. I've probably butchered that. It says, a writer's peaceful train journey to Montreal turns deadly when a passenger dies mysteriously and survivors must fight an unknown enemy in the frozen Canadian wilderness. Tempting. Other book that I got is called Dark Sisters by Christy DeMeester. It's three women across centuries face persecution, forbidden love, and dark supernatural powers as a witch's ancient curse binds their fates together. I think I saw this when I was first in the bookstore. I was looking for The Possession of Alba Diaz and I couldn't find it for the life of me. So I saw this and I was like, huh, that's interesting. The second time when I was yet again looking for that book, I saw this again in the nonfiction, mind you. So I was like, wow, it's meant to be. And the next book is so cute. It's called Warriors Into the Wild. This is by Erin Hunter, and it's cat fur. It's so cute. Oh, and look at that. That's so pretty. This book is book 1 of 6 of the Warriors series. It's about in a forest shared by 4 wildcat clans. Thunder Clan faces danger while Shadow Clan grows stronger. A house cat named Rusty emerges as a potential warrior hero. It was on sale too, so of course I had to get it. But those were some of my books. What did you get, Savannah?
Oh my gosh. You got so many, like, interesting and educational ones. I feel bad.
No.
Um, I went and I did pick up their Vicious Games. One of Yolanda's friends just finished this one, and she said that she loved it. And, just look at that cover. It
I
was
love
also on sale, so I had to get it. But it is about a black teen who enters an elite competition to regain her Ivy League acceptance, but discovers that the stakes are deadly. So very mystery thriller suspense. I'm
vicious,
excited.
one may say.
Hmm?
Vicious, one may say.
Uh, wow. Um, we'll
Ah,
see what it's about. But it came highly recommended, so I hope that I love it just as much. I also had to get the third book in the Spark of the Everflame series. The edges. Spark of the Everflame, we have not started it, and here I am buying the third book in the series. But it was on sale, so you know. But Spark of the Everflame is about a world ruled by gods and their magical descendants. It follows Healer Diem, I think that's how you say her name. Um, who discovers dangerous secrets about her past while navigating royal politics, rebellion, and romance. Um, I also picked up the second book in another series that I have not started yet. Um, His Grace the
yes.
Duke. Um, Dr. Wrath had me at Why Choose Bridgerton. Need we say more? Um, I picked up yet another, the third book in the Emily Wilde series. Have not read any of these. But this series is about a curmudgeonly, maybe I said that right?
I will say that
Profe-
book challenged me, so yeah,
yeah.
probably.
Um, Professor's research on fairies is complicated by a charming rival in a remote village harboring magical secrets. So I guess this follows Miss Emily Wilde on her research and what she's discovering throughout this world. Um, I also grabbed The House of Rain. This one has been on my list since I saw it in Target.
Oh, yes, the lighthouse. That's so
Yes,
pretty.
and then also gorgeous
Oh, I'm so
hardcover.
happy. Really, I'm gonna buy it just because of that. So cute.
Same. But this one,
That one is, yes.
this one is a spicy gothic romance where Salem and Rain face supernatural threats and murder on a remote island while exploring their forbidden attraction. So it was giving very much creepy Ocracoke Island vibes. Here for it.
Absolutely.
Anything where we're stranded on an island, I'm sold. Let's do it. Um, I also got my store only had the second and third books, so I still have to order the first book, but decided to go ahead and grab the Crescent Cities while I was in there and they were on sale. I love the Barnes and Noble covers. They are So pretty. I love that there's nothing else on the main cover. So I went ahead and grabbed those. And let's see, Crescent City, which will be the next series that we start by Sarah J. Maas. I know neither of us wants to think or hear about that right now, but it is about half Fae Bryce Quinlan, who teams up with enslaved fallen angel Hunt. I don't know how to say his last name. I'll wait for the audiobook to tell me. To investigate demon murders in Crescent City, discovering dark powers and unexpected passion. So we'll get there when we get there. And then lastly, I did pick up Murder at Holly House. So this one was only $5. It was their, book of the month or whatever, however they do that. Um, it is about a deadly stranger who is found lodged up the chimney of Holly House in the snow-covered village of Elderby, and Inspector Frank Grasby, who is ordered to investigate it. So it sounds very whodunit, we're all snowed in, very Clue vibes. I like that. So we shall see. But those were the books that I got.
Pretty good haul you got there.
Mhm.
What was the first one you got again? I already forgot.
They're vicious games.
Okay, yes, I have that one on Kindle, so I'm also really
Yeah,
excited. I did
I
see
have it.
and finished it.
I have it on Kindle as well. But
The cover's so pretty.
got a high recommendation, and that cover had to grab it just in case I need the shelf trophy.
Of course. What happens if you don't need the shelf trophy?
But a free library.
So it's really an investment at the end of the day.
I
Well,
mean, you got to stock those things, right?
you also got a pretty good set of books you got there. I really liked the Emily Wilde book. I read that like 2 years ago now, just the first one, and it was just so cute, so cozy, and I'm need to finish it. It's one of the many series that I have started and I have yet to finish. And Crescent City, it might finish me, honestly. So
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah.
see.
I
That's
don't
it.
know what it is about cozy fantasy, but I feel like I only want to read those in the fall. So I might force myself to start Emily Wilde in the spring because I also feel like that one might be an okay spring series. Just, all the little florals on the cover, but we'll
It
see.
definitely had a good mix of like, I think it had some snow in there, but
Oh,
I think
okay.
you should be able to read it in the spring too, where it's kind of like thawing out and stuff. So I say you should read it, and then we can
I'm
read
just
the next books together.
I'm just very moody, and when the book doesn't match what's happening outside, I'm like, I don't care about this.
I know. I'm also very moody in the sense of I'll be reading a standalone and then I'm like, actually, I really want to start this 5 book series right now. What better time than the present? It's really bad. Then I'll read the first book and then I'll be like, I think I want to go finish that next standalone that I want to read. But good books you got there. Okay. The second half of books that I got is I've been seeing this everywhere and the cover gets me. It's called The Second Death of Locke. It gives me female knight vibes, just kind of like the Knight in the Moth, so really intrigued. Oh, anyways, so this is by V.L. Bovalino. It's Greg Flynn serves as blade and healer to her mage, Kier, wielding magical powers as the heir of Locke. Their quest to protect an enemy's child tests their bond and forces difficult choices. It also said that if you enjoyed the supernatural romance and devotion in good spirits, then you'll love this book with a similar emotional intensity, but in an epic fantasy world with political intrigue. So, it's taken everything in me not to read this book right now.
Just the cover, I was like,
I
oh,
know.
sold.
I I have just been like really into the female roles and anything. So for her to be the female knight, I'm like, yeah, I need to get into this. So, you know, girl power. Okay. The next book I got is not like a new book to you guys, but it's Assistant to the Villain. I finally got my copy of it. I think I have the audiobook. so that's why I needed to go ahead and buy the copy. This is by Hannah Nicole Mayer, and it's about a young woman named Evie Sage accepts a job as an assistant to a notorious villain, and she must navigate her attraction to her boss while uncovering a conspiracy threatening his empire. This is one of those book puzzles that I bought, like the ones that's like a beautiful cover. So I'm really intrigued. The third book came out this year and people have just been loving it. So I'm excited. And then after my two store adventures, um, Quentin finally found, he like became a hound dog and was like, I found the book, The Possession of Alba Diaz. Now, he will say that it was my fault we didn't find it the first time. I could have sworn on everything that it was by Silvia Moreno, and it was actually Isabel Cañas, so we were never going to find that book. We were looking in the wrong author the whole time. So this is by Isabel Cañas. I've had my eye on this book all year. It's in 1765 Mexico, Alba battles a demonic presence in a silver mine while developing forbidden feelings for Elias, leading to a dangerous entanglement with the occult. It does say that if you loved her book Vampires of El Norte, which was one of my top fives, then this book offers atmospheric Mexican horror with forbidden romance, trading vampires for the chilling terror of demonic possession. I'm so excited to like
I'm excited you found that one because you had been on the hunt.
yes, I have been on the hunt. I'm sad that it's not a paperback, and we all know I'm gonna read it on my Kindle anyways, but it's just, I think ever since I found out about it, I've just been dying to read it. And especially after reading Vampires of El Norte, I'm like, Isabel, girl, you have my attention. I'm fully set. So, but I'm kind of like you in the sense of I really want to read it, but I would really rather read this in October when it is like spooky season. Just because I just don't think it's gonna fit the vibes right now. Okay. The next book I got is The Mad Wife by Megan Church. It's about in 1950s suburbia, a housewife's perfect life unravels after childbirth as she becomes obsessed with her mysterious new neighbor, questioning her own sanity and uncovering disturbing truths. I realized as I was typing this that I already owned this on Kindle too, but book trophy. So, yay. And I managed to get as well Everybody Wants to Rule the World Except Me. This is by Django Wexler. This is the second book to the duology, the Dark Lord Davi duology. The first book is the How to Become a Dark Lord and Die Trying. That cover just makes me giggle. And this is about Dark Lord Davi seeks peaceful prosperity for her kingdom while battling Duke Oster's power grab and trying to break a mysterious time loop with help from Prince Johan's husband. And it's purple. I love that. So the final books that I got were probably besides Alpa Diaz, my favorite that I managed to get my hands on. I talked about it in the last episode of the book haul. It's actually the Bloodsworn trilogy, Shadow of the Gods. It's the special editions. It's horrible. I keep telling Savannah, anytime I go to the store, I usually am like, what books do I need? Because although I have a list, I don't follow it very well. I don't add to the list. I just like mentally, put it in my mind. And they were having I think they're selling I think 50% off or 25% off the whole store at Barnes and Noble. Um, I happened to see them and I was like, oh wait, that's right. I need these series. You sent me that link and I forgot. But I saw them and I got them. And they're so gorgeous. I mean, look
Yeah,
at
those special editions are beautiful.
God. I'm literally obsessed. And then it has a beautiful pattern on the inside. That's the first one. Here's the second one, which is The Hunger of the Gods. I think this one's my favorite. And it also has a female main character who's I don't want to lie, I think it's like a Viking or something like that. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna be so honest with you. I have heard good things about this series. Do not know a thing about it, but those special editions sold. Sign me up, I'll read it.
It's horrible because it's a pretty cover. It's like an interesting cover. It has grabbed my attention for probably 3 years. The whole time, I couldn't tell you what it's about. I just know it has something to do with something in the olden times, right? Couldn't tell you what it's about this whole time. Still can't. The only reason why I have is because, like I told Savannah, I happened to find this bald-headed man with beard on my timeline showing these books, and I'm like, hey, I have those books. And then I see that the TikToker is the author, John Gwynn, and I was like, oh, that's cool. So of course I followed him, and now I'm seeing all these TikToks about it, but people really love this series, and apparently I already had his other series, Malice. That's the name of the first book, don't know the name of the actual series. I already had that series on my list too, but yeah, couldn't tell you what it's about. I think it has some form of mythology. Anything having to do with like gods and monsters, I'm like, this is cool. But yeah, this one also has the blue.
So
So
pretty.
these will be my trophies for a while. They are my babies. Even though I didn't know that I was gonna buy them, I didn't know that I needed them until I saw them again, and I was like, oh, that's right. Savannah said I needed those books. But those are all the books, physical books that I've gotten lately. Good stuff. We're glad to be able to share with you guys once again the many books that we end up purchasing, but we will read at some point, we promise. Let us know what you guys have purchased lately. Talk next time. Bye!
Bye.